So I want to talk a little bit about the young man who was recently shot in the back as he was running away from the police. Him and a couple of friends are accomplices, apparently allegedly stole a vehicle. And when the police caught up to them, they got out of the car and proceeded to run. All right, so one cop shoots this young man in the back several times, okay? So he's not just trying to stop this young man from running, he's trying to kill him, okay? So the same story ensues. He had a gun in his hand, and the cop felt threatened. He felt like he had to protect himself, his fellow officers, his own life, yada yada. Comes to find out on the cam, there was no gun. So in essence, he murdered an unarmed citizen, a young young black male, and shot him in his back while this young man was running away. So his father allegedly ran over a cop. There was a cop that just was out and about. His father ran him over and killed him. Okay. So people are saying, I'm hearing two different stories. Some people are saying that the cop that was murdered by the father was the cop who murdered his son. And some people are saying he was not the cop that murdered his son. So if it's true that he's not the cop, the father just randomly chose a police officer to avenge his son's death. All right. So just to let y'all know, I am not about or for violence. But in this case, I'm kind of looking at it from a different perspective concerning the father, because we are sick and tired of cops killing our kids, our young men and young women while they're asleep. Um, uh, uh, they go to jail. They end up dead. All of a sudden, something happens to them. Nobody knows what. They're deceased. Shooting and killing our people, talking about mistaken identity, killing our kids in parks with toy guns in their hands. We're tired of it, okay? So even if the cop that father murdered, even if he was not the cop who murdered his son, I kind of see it as a fair exchange of life when it comes to our people and the police, okay? So you shot the wrong man's son. You unjustly murdered the wrong man's son, okay? And this is not something new concerning how the police treats our community. I'm not taking up for them stealing a car. They had no business doing that. They had no business running from the police. When the police got a hold of them and outran them or whatever, or caught them or whatever, they should have surrendered. But that doesn't mean that he deserved to die, okay? Even though he shouldn't have been involved in stealing a car. Every riot that we have ever had, major riot now, that we have ever had in America was due as a result, it was the result of police misconduct against our community. The Watts riot, the Rodney King riot, the Detroit riot, The other riots all across the United States, most all, if not every last single one of them, are people fed up about the police killing us, wrongfully arresting us, setting us up, and getting us put in jail for crimes we did not commit. Just total disrespect. Just oh my God, bullying, inciting violence in our people. Oh, what should they expect when we start shooting back? I remember, I think it was in Oakland, California. It was some years ago. It was over 10 years ago. A young man was on the ground with his hands in handcuffs, and the officer shot him in the back. Okay? Not too long after that, a fugitive was running from a cop, and I think he ended up killing like what, 4 cops? And people were like, they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. We're supposed to be able to trust the cops. We're supposed to be able to call them when we are in need. They serve us, the community. We pay taxes for them to make a living being a damn cop. They are supposed to work for the community, not against us. But history has shown that the police, the judges that back them up, the politicians, do not work for our community, the men, women, nor the children. And we're sick. So I don't want to hear, oh my God, oh Lord, I almost dropped this phone. I'm on the beach walking. But anyway, I don't want to hear anything about the loss of the life of this cop. I don't care if he was not the cop who murdered this man's son. I don't want to hear it. He may have, he may have had a wife and kids. Well, this man lost his son, so I'm not, it doesn't move me that his kids lost their dad. His wife lost her husband. We've been losing our kids and our daddies and moms and husbands. I don't know how their life is more important than ours. Okay? I hate to see this father go to jail, because he's going to jail. They're going to give him the death penalty if it is even legal in the state where the crime was committed, or else he's going to end up dying in jail. But you know what? That's the price that we have to pay to send a message to law enforcement that we are no longer going to allow you to randomly murder us unjustly without retribution. Our kids too, even though the damn kids had no business stealing cars. Either way, that doesn't warrant a cop shooting a young man in the back while he's running away. And they're going to lie and say he had a gun. The video footage showed no gun. So, a life for a life. Get the message. You know what? We've been sitting back and letting these cops get away. Little Tamir Rice, why did he have to die? He was a child. I know that cop saw a child, and I know he saw a toy gun in his hand. He murdered that little boy, got off scot-free. We're tired. Now the rabbit got the gun, and he knows who to use it on. He knows when and why to use it and how to use it. The rabbit got the gun. All right? The sad part is that all these young men all across America, from California to New York, these quote-unquote gangbangers shooting each other down every day and night and killing us in between. Those were our warriors. That energy that got them shooting here and there, mainly us people who look like them, are in the same social, economic, political, etc. position as them, that we were supposed to teach them who they were supposed to be pointing the gun at. We didn't do that. The elders didn't do that. They didn't do that shit. Now you gotta suffer for not doing what you were supposed to do. They were the ones, they're in this energy field. You're not gonna tell them to get out these gangs. You ain't gonna tell them, can't tell them stop gang banging and stop being a Crip and a Blood and vice lords or whatever. So we should have trained them to protect us and avenge our community. So that way they would be dying for a good reason. We are at war. We've been at war with these people. And most of the war is going down to the degree that they don't even have to use a gun. They use political power, economic power. But you know what? We dropped the ball. We dropped the ball, and it's our fault. It's the elders' fault. We should have took these young men in while they were out on the street gang banging. The only hope that they had in life was to be with their boys, selling drugs, slanging, whatever they doing. They dying anyway. We should have made them our soldiers and had them die for a cause. So I'm not mad at the father at all. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad he did it. Somebody has to go to jail to send these people a message. A bully is not gonna stop bullying you until you stand up to him or her. And you might have to hurt a bully real bad. You might have to take them out. But somebody's got to be willing to go to jail. Somebody's got to be willing to die. If not for no other reason but the kids. I bet you the other communities wouldn't let the police come around and just kill their kids and get off scot-free. I bet you the Asians wouldn't allow it. I bet you the Latinos wouldn't. Well, I don't know about them. I'm gonna say these the European, the colonial, whatever, white community, all right? The Italians wouldn't allow that mess. The Jewish community, they're just Europeans. They wouldn't allow the police to just kill their kids and get off scot-free. They wouldn't allow it. And we shouldn't allow it either. It's time to fight back by any means necessary. And we got to be smart with it. We can't just all come out as one and as a big crowd and do it, because all they do is drop a bomb on us and take us out with that one bomb. It's got to be an individual effort here and there. Don't nobody have to pay nobody to do nothing. Somebody gonna get up and take care of business for our people in our community. It's only fair. It is only fair. So that's my commentary and my opinion on the subject. Y'all don't have to agree. I'm not trying to anger anybody or upset you. It is what it is. I'm not going to mince my words about this. I'm not taking it back. Okay? So, peace to everybody. Stay safe. Stay dangerous.